Hello again, my good friends. You're back on the hill with the toad, and I've got a few more knives for you to look at in front of me. This is still connected with the Otto share round knife, which is that one. But this is I had to do something else, and it turned out this is how the videos ended up being, because it was started off as something completely different and now it's turned into this. So I'll explain to you as I go along. Right, let me just gather my thoughts. Which obviously means a little bit of nicotine. Right, now, so anyway, I started doing a little bit of carving earlier, which was, I was using this one. This is the one, I can't remember which one of these two I have been using. I'll get to them in a minute, but I decided I'm going to finish it off or do it for a bit with this one, which is the latest one. I bought this pocket money 20 quid Gerber, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I just thought I'd have a look, see how this little one performs, because I can't really compare these knives to something I normally do, because I don't really go anywhere. I'm not a woodsman. I spend most of the time in my house. Apart from going to the hospital and the doctors, I don't really go out, so I can't really compare it other than, well, for use, I should say, because I don't have a massive amount of boxes to cut, and I'd actually have another knife I use for that, which I'm perfectly happy with. I don't skin any animals, and you know, that's what I'm talking about. So the only real use that I've got is opening the occasional letter and taking bits of wood off, things like that. So I thought I'd see how this thing compares to these, basically. Not these, because I've not done it with these, but these. And when I get there, we'll have a look at it. Now, a curious thing happened when I was going through to what I was going to put on the table with these. I found this set. You know what? I completely forgot about this knife. And for the life of me, I can't remember where I bought it or when I bought it. And I've had it for a long time. Just get the focus in a little bit. I have no idea what model it is. It is an old Forge, I know that. It's made in China. Well, it's got a number on it, but that doesn't mean anything to me. But yeah, it's an old Forge, made in China. I don't even know what sort of style that is. Is it, I don't know, is it a sodbuster? I don't know if that's what you call a sodbuster. I don't know. I have no idea. If anybody can enlighten me. I mean, to me, it's just a jackknife. It's quite a nice knife, actually. And I say, I can't believe I'd actually forgotten all about this. There it was, sitting there among the others, being pushed around, and then all of a sudden I thought, where's that? What's that? Right, so like I said, I can't remember anything about buying it, how much it costs, where it came from, or anything, other than the fact I've got it. I've had it for a while. Old Forge. So getting back to where we are, where do you go with this? Do they compare? Well, actually, yes, they do compare. That's nowhere near the knife this is. There's no comparison to that. We all know that. This is an old banger as far as I can tell. It's something you just bash around, cut things with, throw it at the wall, play darts with it. And yeah, I'd say it's just a basic steel knife, steel blade. What's that, copper, is it? Some red metal. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So of course, then we've got the case, the Junior Sodbuster. Is quite. Let me just fix this focus, because it's not only dazzling the lens with reflection, it's also out of focus. Right. So yeah, there's a bit of a comparison there. There's a couple of knives, similar sort of size. Obviously, as a Sodbuster, that one isn't, but yeah, for the kind of work, I would say these two are about equal. Both got good finishes on them. Obviously, they're different style, different. I mean, this is bone, this is wood. But of the knives so far, I'd say this comes the closest, apart from that Otter knife. That was quite good. Was it an Otter or was it a Taylor's Eyewitness? I can't remember now. But you know which one I mean. But look at that, that's not bad. They're quite good. They worked well together. I'd say yeah. If you had to choose between these two, That'd be a choice, wouldn't it? Both carbon steel blades. Yeah. So, and of course, in the same vein, we got the old hickory, which is a cracker of a knife. One of the best ones I've got. I really, really like this knife. This is going to be around for a long, long time. I have oiled the wood, by the way. That's why it might look a little bit different. But again, do they compare? Oh, sort of. For, again, different knives for different purposes. But as a general stick in your pocket knife, yeah. Of these two, I'd go for this one. But that's because I just like this one. And it's mine. That one isn't. But as a workhorse knife, again, I think this would be a better knife. As a gentleman's style, pretty knife, maybe that one's better. Not sure. But yeah, that old hickory is a beauty. Now, I went to see how sharp this was earlier, and it wasn't fantastically cutting sharp. For what I'm about to do, I needed it to be a bit extra sharp. So I didn't want to wreck the blade on it. So what I have done though is I've been on the turn box on the ceramic rods for a couple of hours. I don't want to ruin the knife edge on this, and I don't want to try sharpening it myself because I'm reasonably okay sharpening, but if I cut one of my knives up, then that's different. But I don't want to ruin this edge. So I'm going to leave the sharpening to somebody that knows what they're doing, more so than me. But like I said, I have been on the turn box. And so you see, it's got an edge. It could be sharper. It's good enough for what I'm using it for at the moment. But whoever has this next, I hope you can sharpen, because it needs a better edge on than I can give it. I mean, it's been stropped, like I said, and it's been on the turn box. So I just can't get it any better. So there we are. The old forge, the case, the old hickory. Do they compare? Yeah. Now, when it gets back to where we are, okay, so this is what I was going to be using to chop around with this little fellow. So here we are with this. Can't remember the name. Blade on it. So is it D2? I think it's D2. I can't remember now. 20 squid. I can't remember if it was D2 still now. I really can't tell. Right, so far along with this, I was about to put some ears on it. I'm not very good at doing ears. This isn't going to be very easy to do at this angle. So what I will be doing, I'll have a chop on these bits here, which aren't going to be part of it, because this is going to have this is going to be the shoulders sort of going down like that. Obviously that's all going to be taken off there. So this is a bit of choppy wood. It's not going to hurt. So let's just see how this works. Oops. Now, technique is something. So I've got hair in my mouth. Something I do myself, not something I've been taught. Any of you Whittlers out there, start screaming at me for doing this wrong. Sorry. So what I tend to do is I always wear a glove on this hand, obviously, because I cut myself. Sometimes I put something on my thumb. Sometimes I put something on my fingers there, because that does tend to, depending on what you're holding, but that does tend to wear a little bit, depending on the knife as well. This one actually quite comfortable like that, but so I'll often have maybe a strap of leather just there and on my thumb, because what I'll tend to do when I'm doing this is this sort of action. So I'll push with this thumb and this thumb at the same time as I'm actually pushing with these fingers. So I'm pushing the piece of wood back and the knife forward at the same time when I'm doing this type of thing. This is like getting rid of stock. So then there you go. I tend to do lots of little cuts rather than a few big ones, in case I make a mistake and cut somebody's nose off or something like that, which I have done. I've ruined a few pieces by doing this wrong. So as you see, cuts it off quite well. Right, so we know this one's okay, so we'll put you over there because you're not into what we're doing at the moment. Put you there. Right, get them out of the way, safety. So this is what we're looking at now. Of these two, one of them is the, that's it, the 14, ooh, there we go, missed it, 14 C2810, which means this one is the S90V. Yep, right. I've not been cutting with this, but I do know this is a wicked sharp. I have been cutting with this one. It was stropped once and that's it. I think I said to you, I tightened the hinges up because it did start to wobble after a while. But it's still more than sharp enough. Let's have a look at that bit of paper. See what we got. Oops. There you see, it's not wicked sharp anymore. Right. Yeah, it's not going catching. Right, so this one, oops, should go. Then make them complete. Come on, you're making a monkey out of yourself. First, be super sharp. There you go. What you see? Zap. I need some better quality paper, I think. Oh, can't be drawing it. I'm making a picture out of this, so you get my point anyway. This is still new, so that should be okay. So this one has been used quite a bit, and as you see, it's nowhere near as sharp as it should be. So if we're doing something like this, it's still okay. Look. Now, I can feel the resistance there. I'm going to put more weight on this to get it through, definitely. So I'm pushing with both my thumbs. Yeah, nowhere near as sharp as that other one. Right, so you're out of the picture, matey, because you don't count, anyway, so I'm not using you. So you go over there. So I'm going to be comparing that to this, which might be unfair, but that's the way it goes. So this is the S90V, I think. Alright, so let's see how you go. Yeah, nowhere near the resistance. Yeah. Going a bit deeper than what I like there, but yeah, look. Oops. Cutting the tripod's leg off, as you see. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's fine. Now, as I was going to be doing some of this, I would be going. There's all these shapes, loading up. It's all wonky shapes and everything. These type of things, sometimes I just take to a file and I'll file these round. Other times I'll just take the time and I'll just take these off a little bit of time. And that's how you get these shapes. Nothing special. Quite relaxing doing it like this, just a little slither at a time. Off you go. It's like this. Very relaxing. Just little slithers. This is again why you need a sharp knife for this to work. Hold any pressure here. There we go. And every now and again, have a quick squeeze. See, there's a big chunk that he's taken off just there. So I'm putting that up against super steel. This is a bit unfair, but I'm interested to see how it will go. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be quite good. Right, you go just there. Right, here we go again. Oh, I've got something on the floor. A little bit of nicotine. Again, a squig of orange. Yeah. Right. Back to it. Here we go. Grab your weapons. So this is the Otto Messer. Now you've got a lot of blade here. I'm more likely only going to be using this part here. So again, this is another reason why I'll have this bandaged off, because I'll probably be using the knife this sort of way, which means I'll probably cut my finger off. A lot of blade there to be handling this way. This ain't going to close or anything, but you're trying to control this part here from back here, which isn't necessarily the best thing to do. But let's just see where we go with this. Sorry, keep them to stock because I'm sweating. It's ever so warm. It's a nice warm night in the mad, crazy East Midlands of the English countryside, and it's about 2,000 degrees tonight. It's not actually, it's about 28, but I'm not used to it, not in this country. Right, let me just get back in focus. And get on with the job and stop nattering. Stop nattering, you. Do some work. There we go. Right, so I'll be a little bit careful, like I said, because that's a bit exposed, but I should be okay. It's not as sharp, but it's there. Definitely. Definitely, yes, there's work to be done. You can get some work done. Oh yeah, look at that. That's good. Taking these little slithers, like I said, it's very relaxing. And you can make a lot of headway. You just get this, once you get into it, and it's a little bit. And half hour or so doing this, and next you know, you've carved the face off instead of carving it on. I think, oh, bugger, I've got to start again. Because I was so relaxed in my thoughts while I was cutting, I wasn't paying attention to what I was actually doing. But as you can see, this Otto is definitely holding its own. Definitely. Right, let's see what the rest of the blade's like. I'm going to go and try this part down here. Not as easy to control doing this bit, so I'm sure I'm going to go. No, I'm not used to cutting that way, so I'm not really. No, I can't really use that as an example because that isn't how I would normally hold the knife. The lighting's really poor, so I can't really get onto this properly as I'm supposed to be. What I would be doing is, see, this is going to be, the ear is going about here. So it goes from edge of that eye to the bottom of the nose. So it goes like that. And that bit there, if you like, from there up there, is going to be taken off. But that's going to be the width of the ear. So the ear is going to be out here, and this bit here would be removed to give the ear to go just here. So what I would have to do is cut all this down to there. As you see, there's a big lump just there. So all that comes off, like that, that bit there comes off. But the ear is just here. Yeah. So what I'll be doing with this to start off is the ear's about there, so I want to go there. So I'm now going to be taking this bit here off, ever so carefully without cutting his eyebrows off. So generally what I will do is generally make the shape around what I want to keep, if you'll see what I mean. This is a bit difficult because I'm looking through the lens of the camera and it's not how I would normally do it, so I'm actually not even looking at it properly. So as you see, you just go like this and like this and like this, and you cut it all off. You keep going, and after a while, there's no wood left because you cut it all to little bits. You know, I did that once. I started off with a full piece of wood, one of these blocks, which is, I don't know that long. I forgot how long they are, 6 inches by 4 or something. No, I don't know. Anyway, and all I had left, when I'd finished, this is no joke, when I finished, I kept on cutting and kept on cutting and kept on cutting, and in the end, that was all that was left. I kid you not. After the whole block, I just kept getting more off, more off, and more off, and more off, and that's all that was left in the end. Crazy. I haven't thrown it away, I just don't know what I'm going to do with it, but yeah. I'll stick it on here, maybe. Give him the bottom jaw. So, you get what I'm going at. So you keep going, a little bit at a time. And is this knife performing again? Let me say, yes, this Otto is doing a good job. I would use this quite happily. I don't know how it would work out in the middle of a jungle, or as a survival knife, or any of them sort of things, but I can tell you, as a little Whittler, it's a little wee nasty, a little wee blighter. It's alright, it's knocking it off. And yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. It's nice it's got German. I was adopted when I was little. I was adopted as a baby. I was raised by a nice Scottish family, which is why I've got a Scottish name. But my bloodline, I don't know very much about it. All I do know is there is Nordic in my bloodline. I've been told, because I have this Nordic disease, this horrible thing in my hand, which apparently means I've got direct descendant to Nordics, because that's the Viking disease, so to say. For that, so, but anyway, anybody in Northern Europe basically has got some sort of descendant from the Northmen. They were everywhere, or still are really. However, my biological grandparents, I've been told, were Germans. They were German refugees that came to England when that Austrian guy with a little moustache was asking people to leave. So they said, okay sir, thank you, we'll go before you get angry. And they left and moved to England. And I don't know any more than that. I might find more information out one day. But that's what I was told by my biological mummy before she passed away. Unfortunately, she has passed away. So has my biological dad, and so has both my adopted parents. So there's actually nobody to ask anymore. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll see the psychiatrist. You know, because I was adopted before 1972, I think it was, or maybe 74. Because I was adopted before then, I got to have a psychiatric report done before they would allow me to see my records. Because there was lots of really dodgy things happening back then, and they might be upset by what I find. But one day, possibly before I'm 70, I might do that, see the shrink, and get my old documents out. And yeah, because I was playing around with the idea once of actually getting another copy of my original birth certificate. I do know what my biological name was going to be, and no, it wasn't Toad or Tadpole. I'm not going to tell you either, because it's a secret. Because if ever I disappear, that will be my secret identity name. And there's only one person in the whole world who knows it, and that's my girlfriend. Because the other people that know it have gone to heaven, so they can't tell anybody. But it's quite a good name. Very mysterious, almost like a James Bondy type of sounding name, but I'm not telling you what it is. Right, that'll do. I'm yabbing. Oh, geez, look at the time. Right, sorry about that. Took so long. Ah, knocking the thing over. Right, so there we are. Still sitting nice. Will it? I was going to say, will it yodel? I probably can yodel with it as well. Does it pass the test as a Whittler? By jolly, doesn't it just? It's a cracker. Stop me and buy one. That's what they say. Right, so until next time, thank you for your time. If you managed to survive till the end of this video, you're doing better than most people would. A lot of people would have turned it off by now. But anyway, until next time, I have got another knife coming Monday, probably Tuesday, and when that arrives, I'll knock a video up about that. And I'm also, because my friend Timbo66 has picked up that sax, which is the same ones I've got. Oh, fantastic sax. If you haven't seen Timbo66's video, check his channel out, have a look at it video. He does a better review of it than I ever did. But once he got that, it made me thinking, I need to get all my saxes out. They need cleaning, they need oiling. So possibly this week, I'll get them all out on the golden table. So I've got, I don't know, got that dozen, I think. Put them out, give them a bit of an airing, and have another look at them. And so that's the saxes. The saxes, the broken back saxes and the spear point flaxes. So, yes, I'm talking gibberish again, ain't I? It is late. Time I went to bed. So until next time, thank you for your time, and it's the ta-ra from the Toad.